Yo, what's going on guys? Jared here. Today I am going to be talking about a different deck coming out of Phantom Nightmare, and it is going to be Goaty. This is a very surprising deck. I really wasn't expecting to look at this, but I saw some replays of some other people playing the deck, and it got me interested of how their interactions work, how they interact with the upcoming meta, and how they play differently around certain things at the same time. It's very interesting how this deck all operates going into Phantom Nightmare format with a lot of what is expected to be Fire Kings and Labyrinths going to be coming around the corner, as we just talked about. And I think that this deck actually can utilize some of the strongest interruptions that we have in the game that is accessible to it, and I'm going to show you why. And just a spoiler alert, it is a lot of banishing. But yeah, so overall, if you guys enjoy the video, please subscribe, and please, as always, leave any suggestions for a deck like this down below, because I really always read the feedback and suggestions so that if I ever go and play the deck somewhere, I can always have something to reference to. So again, please subscribe and please leave suggestions down below. All right, let's jump right into it. Okay, guys, so here is my current deck list for Goaty. I'm actually going to be playing this deck from when this video is uploaded today in a tournament that Pack is hosting. And I am just saying, as I do not plan on doing well in this tournament. This is something that I made very quickly to enter the tournament. I actually thought it was going to fill up a lot faster than it did. And I would have taken more time, but it's going to be, again, post Phantom Nightmare, obviously. So there's going to be a lot of good competitive players there, but I wanted to try something different. I didn't want to play, Fire King, what's it called? Snake Eye or Labyrinth or Runic cards. I wanted to play something different, something to try something new, experiment around and be a good opportunity to test something. And this is what I wanted to test. So, and I'm going to go over some of the reasons why. Jumping into the actual card by card, I want to explain that a little bit. So in Phantom Nightmare, we get two new Goaty monsters. We get Kif and we get Pisks. Excuse me if I'm pronouncing these names wrong. But I'm going to read just these two because if you don't know the rest of them, I'll say their names, but please look them up personally by yourselves. So Kif is if you control a fish monster, special summon this card from your hand. If a monster is special summoned in your opponent's field, you can target one of them and one of your banished level 6 or lower fish. Banish both that monster, opponent's monster, and banish both that opponent's target and this card. And if you do, special summon the targeted monster. During the standby phase, after this effect was banished, you can special summon this banished card. Okay, I can't read, but this card is very good as an interruption and a revive back. And it's very important to know that their monster doesn't come back, and this does come back. So it's a +1 when it resolves, which is also very strong removal. So that's very frustrating for a lot of decks to deal with. But bringing back stuff from the banished pile is also huge in this deck. Secondly, the second card, Moonlight of the Goaty. Level 6, if this card is no more special, add a fish from deck to hand. And then you can banish a fish from your hand or face-up field. If this card is banished, you can banish a fish from your hand, face-up field, or graveyard. Special summon this card. So this in itself is such a card that this deck needed, in set 1. Or really when the Synchro came out. When this came out, this card should have came out with it. Because this is what makes every main play with this deck. And I want to explain why. Also at the end of this, I want to show just a quick line. Because that line I really feel like defines how this deck's going to operate. So before we get into all that, really quickly. So like I said, we got 3 Kif, 3 Paces, 2 Moonlight, 2 Shift, 1 Snopios, 1 Zep, 3 Lifeless Leaf Fish, 3 Abyss Shark, 3 Silent Angler, 1 Gold Shark, 3 Prosperity, 1 Instant Fusion, 2 Ready Fusion, 2 The Most Distant Deepest Depths. I'm sorry, 3 Ready Fusion. I don't know why that one was there. 2 Deepest Depths, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, and 3 Shifter. I feel like these are the best cards for the format currently. So it just works out that way. And especially this deck being able to be something like Dimension Shifter going into post-Phantom Nightmare format. Not a lot of decks can do that. And I wanted them, not that I wanted to play a deck with Shifter, but it definitely makes this deck seem like such a stronger option when you can play such a counter to the meta. And I'm expecting a lot of Fire King Snake Eyes. And from everything I've understood and looking at that deck, Shifter is a card that they just have to accept, and they can't do anything. If you Shifter them, it's like a pass turn from them. So just something to keep in mind. In my side deck, I'm going full degen with 3 macro, 3 DeFi, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Imperm. Going first, going second, easy peasy. Like I said, not much thought. For the extra deck, I have 3 of the level 6 Synchro, 2 of the level 8 Synchro, 3 of the level 10 Synchro, 1 White Aura Whale, 1 Abyss Keeper, 1 Zelantis, 1 Stealth Kraken, 1 Avalane, and 1 Rare Fish for the fusions, and then 1 Sword Soul Supreme Chenying. Yeah, so like these are just like generic synchros. There could be other stuff in here. Again, I made this very quickly for this tournament. Like there could be something like Bahamut Shark Toad for the Abyss Shark. That really that could help tremendously. I know there's other things you can play too. This is one of the other things I wanted to preface was the tuna package that we are going to be getting, which is the White Reincarnation, the White Sardine, and the White Sunfish. I am not playing these, and the reason I'm not playing these is because of Dimensional Shifter, to be honest. I value Shifter over playing these extra extenders and consistency pieces because I think the deck it doesn't lack consistency. I think it lacks like power and like what makes this deck special. Like why would I play Goaty over playing something like the Fire King deck or the Labyrinth deck? And I think this is where this is like you can put it to because Shifter and this conflict too much. Whereas, you know, you could pick one or the other, and I'm choosing Shifter over this. So I might get hate for that. It might be a bad suggestion. My Goaty testing is very limited, but that's just my opinion on it. So I don't really know how to explain this deck other than it plays around certain hand traps like ridiculously well. Things like Ash and Nibiru, it plays around like crazy well, and I really can't stress that enough. And it's one of the main reasons why I wanted to play this. Another reason was that it plays around Droll pretty very well as well. So I really don't know how else to explain it other than just showing you. So I'm just gonna jump into the like little quick thing, like the quick combo with it, because it's really the only way I could like suffice this. Okay, so very quickly for this like little short thing, it's very simple. I'm not gonna do anything like too extravagant here. I just wanted to show getting to a level 6 synchro. That was pretty much the basis and thought process of the deck. Like nothing too crazy, very simple. Was just getting to the level 6 synchro and what it does. So far, we are just going to go Ready Fusion, summon Rare Fish, and then normal summon the tuner. And then we can activate our level 6 synchro to banish one from deck. So this cannot get Ash Blossomed again. And then we are going to banish the Piskies Moonlight of the Goaty. Now that he is banished, he can now trigger to bring himself back and banishing one from the hand, field, or grave. So we can special him back and then banish the tuner monster we just used to synchro summon for the 6. Now on summon, he also triggers again to banish and to add and then search, or to add then banish. My English is so bad today. So we are going to add the other tuner monster to add it and then banish it, and we can banish the same tuner monster with this too. And then that's it. That's really it. Like they can ash this, but it's fine. If they ash this, it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. And if they do ash it. If they do ash it, it's not a big deal. If they don't ash it, it's even better. So the main thing is during your opponent's turn now, so we're going to go to their standby, these both get special summoned back to the field. And then on their turn, again, if they summon something you don't like, you can use one of the tuner's effects to synchro summon into the Ascan, or yeah, Ascan, I don't know how to describe it. And then we're going to go Chain Link 1, the Synchro in Graveyard target itself, and then this effect to target the Piskies and their monster to banish. So both of them will get banished, and you banish their monster, and then the 6 Synchro is going to search a Goaty from the deck, and that is going to be the Snopios. And then from this is going to actually trigger to special summon itself back out, and then you can banish one from graveyard, and then this can trigger again to search and then banish again. So here you have like a multitude of options of like banishing the Kif possibly. If you have other fishes that you could also do, that also is helpful. Like you could also banish here, like you can banish the Zep, and then you can banish the Axan, and then the Axan can trigger to then banish him to special summon himself, because this is a fish that you used. I just want to make sure that this is like completely legal. Fish from your hand or field, yeah. So now he comes back, and so during your opponent's turn still, you're actually able to use the effect of Shift Still to go into a Great Beyond if you want to. So that is just one option to banish the entire board. And the reason why I'm preferencing this is because banishing, I think, in next format is extremely important. I think it is an extremely valuable asset to banish your opponent's cards next format. There's a lot you can do with banishing all your opponent's cards constantly, and it gets very annoying for them, like, very quickly. So now you have banished one monster in one interaction, and then you have banished another monster in a different interaction. Now, still on your opponent's turn, this is actually a quick effect where you can banish 2 fish monsters from your hand or field, special summon this card from your hand as a quick effect. So you can actually use this to banish the tuner from your graveyard and then the tuner from your hand to special summon itself out. And then on summon, this will trigger and this will trigger. And this will come out immediately. This is the only Goaty tuner that comes out immediately, which is really, really important because it does not come up a lot. And then after it is special summoned, you can immediately synchro summon as well as using this so that this can banish itself. So this will get banished and this will go to the graveyard and you can summon a white aura whale. And then the white aura whale will destroy all attack position monsters your opponent has. And at the same time, this will trigger to banish one of these two. We're going to banish the Zap for here and then add this back to our hand. So now we have banished one, we have banished everything on the board, and then we have banished where we have destroyed all attack position monsters opponent controls. This could also be something like, if I remember correctly, something like Dragite, what's it called? The Adamantipator. But for now, I'm just playing this, quick list. Don't judge the list too much. Like, please be gentle with me, and I appreciate any suggestions down below. But I just thought this was really good for just a level 6 synchro, getting those 3 interruptions, especially with how good I think they are going into next format. Now, again, let's say your opponent's turn ends, and it comes back to you. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to show. During the standby phase, you now get back him, and him. You get back all of these cards. And you still have this in your graveyard, or in your hand, I mean. So you get a lot of value here that you get to mess around with, which is very nice. I think that there are other ways you can play this. Don't completely quote me on this. And again, please check the comments. I'm sure there will be people down in the comments telling me proper ways to do this. But I'm just showing you what one level 6 synchro can do. This guy, how much this guy can do on his own. And he plays around Ash and he plays around Nibiru. I just think that's very good. And Shifter is affecting your opponent way more than it's affecting this deck. And you can still once you get these Goaty guys going, it gets very annoying and very frustrating for your opponent. So overall, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully I do decently well in the tournament, but we will see. My hopes are extremely low for this. I just wanted to try out this deck. It feels so different than anything I've played in such a long time. And yeah, so again, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave suggestions down below, and please subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.